So this is really fun. The idea came to me because a lot of times we sort of collect either like ugly Christmas sweaters or cute Christmas sweaters over time. We get them as gifts, we get them as stocking stuffers, or even like me, I see them in thrift stores everywhere. So anytime I see them, I grab them because you just never know.
Right.
So this is a really fun way to repurpose a couple of them that aren't in your regular rotation. So don't use your favorite one, save that to wear, but this is a great way to add a little Christmas zhuzh to those fingers. Look how cute those guys are.
Really quite simple to do.
It's very, very simple. And you can get a lot out of one sweater, so that's the great thing. It's super versatile.
All right, so how do we make our pattern?
First thing we're gonna do is take a piece of paper. Now, I'm making fingerless gloves because I think that would be really cute. So you're gonna put your hand down, and we're basically just gonna draw. I am going to outline about 1 inch out and come down. Now, mark where you want it to end on your thumb, right? So I'm gonna come across like this, come over and back down, and now back up. Again, right around the knuckle is the right place for me.
But you could make it a big mitten if you wanted to, right?
You know what? You could. So I'll show you how to do that as well. But here would be the overall pattern. You can fine tune it, but basically this pattern now is built for our fingerless glove. If you wanted to do a mitten, you do the same thing, but you just round it just like that.
There you go.
And so you just round it around your hand, and then you have a mitten.
Beautiful. That's the only thing you have to do. You're not measuring fingers
Nope.
or thumbs or anything.
Not necessary at all. Then you cut it out, and this is where you end up with your little pattern. So now what you want to do is actually put the pattern on the sleeve where you're going to cut it out.
So you would put the pattern on the sleeve?
Well, actually, you can put it in a handful of different places. For right now, I'm going to show you doing it on the sleeve. But when you were deciding where to put it, this is where you would decide. You could say, imagine this sweater had like cute little snowflakes up here. I could put it up here if that's the part of the sweater I wanted to show. So you just find the right location. I generally recommend making the bottom something that is an already finished binding of your sweater. So whether that be the hem of your sweater or the sleeve, it just makes it a lot easier and it's a lot less sewing.
Okay, what about the collar? Could you do it that way too or no?
Yeah, actually you could do the collar. You just want to line them up together so that your front and back are even.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right.
So now what we're going to do is lay this down, and you want to line one of the edges with one of the existing edges so that you don't have to bother sewing that closed.
Okay.
Now all I'm going to do is trace it out, cut, following the line of my pattern.
That's great. So you're only really going to have one side to cut, and then to sew, and then the top.
Yeah, it's actually really easy to do here. So we're going to cut this across the top, and then basically you end up with a little, like a V that needs to be cut out. So I'm going to cut down, and I'm going to cut over.
All right.
And now
you have your glove.
I've got my mitten.
Oh my goodness.
Right? If this happens to you here where the side of the sleeve got cut like that, just slice it open.
All right.
Now what you want to do is we want to hem the top so that it's clean finished. If I sewed this together and then tried to hem it, it would actually be really difficult to do. So while it's open and nice and even, I'm just going to fold it down and pin, and I'm going to sew it all while it's open. It's just going to make the process, like, I mean, it makes it 1,000 times easier.
Could you Fabri-Tac the whole thing?
I would not Fabri-Tac the whole thing, but you could Fabri-Tac these clean finished edges here.
All right.
But the whole thing would get a little crunchy. You would do the same thing here for this side, same thing for this side, and sew them down. Now I'm going to show you one that I've sewn down. So here it is. You can see what it looks like. It's just sewn down on the sides. My little fingers are sewn. And now you're going to fold it face to face, right? That's right sides together. Lay it down. And now you would pin it, and we are going to simply sew it closed. So I would sew from right here on the top, straight down that little triangle and up, right? So that's our triangle, and then back down the side.
And if you weren't skilled using a sewing machine, I imagine you could freehand this and use sort of a contrasting fabric, and it would look a little rustic, but it might be cute like that.
Well, actually, Debbie, there's two ways that you could do that. You could use regular needle and thread and hand sew it, and it's going to be hidden just like this. Or you could do the seams on the outside with yarn, just like you're saying, and have it show up, which would be super cute. So here you can see that I've sewn it. All those little seams right there have been sewn up, over, and down. So now I'm just going to flip it inside out. And now, take a look.
Oh my gosh, how cute is that?
It's so cute.
And you can leave it as is and just make it a nice fall glove, or you could embellish it and put all kinds of Christmas decorations on
Exactly. So I liked this one because this is great during the fall time, right? This has got that really great like fall winter color scheme. But if you wanted to turn this into something that was super Christmassy, this is when you could start to go in and add little red crystals to have little highlights throughout. But you can see on the ones that I did on the mantle, those were obviously Christmas sweaters with Christmas elements to them, little snowmen, and so they're naturally Christmas. But there's no reason why you can't you know, add
Oh my gosh, how
little
cute is
details to
that?
them.
Now, I feel like we still have a lot of fabric left in this sweater.
Yeah,
and it's a
right? Look at
shame.
this.
That's a whole lot of sweater we could do so many things with, like make a hat for the little bird ornament.
Make a hat for a bird. Debbie, I have another great idea. Make a stocking.
Can you believe how cute that is?
How great is that? And this was from a sweater with a pair of gloves. So I used the sleeves to make a pair of gloves. I used the body to make a stocking. So this would be a super cute gift if you gave them a stocking with 2 little matching gloves hanging out of it as a really great, like for a teacher, for a family member, for anybody. So
for Alexandra, for
Blake. Alexandra, for like, yeah, exactly, exactly. They're super cute and they're really zhuzhy and cozy. I mean, that's really,
Orly.
I'm finishing it. This one's really adorable.
Really, I swear, you've done it again. Super cute.
Super fun, right?
Fashionable, frugal, adorable. For more information on how to make Orly's DIY, visit hallmarkchannel.com and visit Orly's website.